welcome back to Enlighten My World. I'm Nicki, and hopefully you checked out our Halloween fun rituals, things you can try in the previous video. But now we're going to do our Halloween Uncovering the Mysteries to Come reading in our lives. And how I'm going to do it, I'm going to use my trusty tarot dice, more than one, and 4 different decks for 4 different topics, which I'll display here. Hopefully you can see it up close. So first, I want to clear my energy, clear the space here for a nice pure reading from Spirit. Put on my readers because I'm blind. And let's see. Spirit, what do we have for the collective? What do we have here for the collective today for this Halloween energy? Samhain. Still resonating on the energy of this new moon in Scorpio. Today, Mercury goes retrograde. Maybe going to give us some advice on how to deal with that. So I am picking 5. I hope we have 6 here. Oh, 1 fell. 6, yay! Okay. So, what do we have here? We have the 8 of Wands. I'll show them to you in a minute. I have to be able to see them. This is a good one. 1 of Swords. 8 of Cups, that's 2 8s. 2 of Wands. 8 of Swords, 3 8s. That is important. 3 8s. Typically, 8s are a wonderful sign from your angels and Spirit, letting you know that you have some really great things coming your way and you are in your power. You are getting guidance from Spirit and from angels, and it is time. It is time to move forward with what you've been intuitively being given, being guided to do. That's what 8s typically mean. I know that there may be other interpretations, but from my knowledge, you're in the good. That is Spirit's way of letting you know, go ahead. Thumbs up, giving you the red light, or green light rather. Check, you know, it's time to go. I just keep hitting this hat. And the last one is the Page of Wands. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, so in this time to come from this Halloween energy, it's time for us to get it moving. Okay, and those 8s tell us it's time to get it moving. This is the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is moving and a grooving, hustle and a bustle. It is also a card, dice in this case, of communication. Okay, someone coming back from the past to communicate with you. Could be, if you've been doing the Halloween rituals, it could be a past loved one that you're going to be communicating with. But the energy of this is very swift, very fast, a lot going on all at once. Okay, so that is what we have to look forward to. Can you see that? Please comment below if there's ever something you can't see, because my eyesight isn't so good, and from what I can only see from a distance, so I can't tell if you can or can't see things. Okay, this one here, this is our Ace of Swords. This is letting you know that this fast energy is coming out of this new beginning. This is a new time of truth. I see many of you are being drawn to a change in your career. Maybe your side thing that you do becoming a little bit more lucrative. I don't necessarily necessarily. Remember, Mercury's going in retrograde on Halloween, so tongue-tied, your electronics, things like that. Be aware. Pray lots of protection around you. What I'm getting from this is that many of us are definitely in a time of transition. We are definitely being pushed to start new. And if you were able to see my new moon in Scorpio reading, you'll see that this resonates right along with that. So what I'm being told is that there are two distinct groups of people who this is pinpointed to. Not excluding anyone, but in particular, those of you who resonate with these two groups know that Spirit wants me to specifically tell you, if you resonate on one of the two things I'm about to tell you, that they are speaking directly to you. And they're also telling me that you want to make sure you're clearing out your third eye chakra and your throat chakras and the energy and the ties in between for your clairaudient and clairvoyant channels, because they will be speaking directly to you as well, and they want you to be open to that. Remember, we are all gifted, we are all intuitive, psychic, whatever you want to call it. It's just a matter of how developed we are. And my job, I feel, on earth is to awaken everyone and not just share my gift and give you information, but teach you how to do it yourself. And so Spirit often comes through with that knowledge of what I do and tells me little assignments for you to open up your own channels and explore your own gifts, because we all have them. So the two different groups are those who are moving distinctly into another career. This isn't just switching jobs. This is complete career change. And with the shifts that are happening right now on our planet, which are very significant, many people are awakening, and those who have awakened and are further into their journey of enlightenment and awakening are now being pushed to their purpose. So those of you who are feeling the itch or the pull to completely change careers, completely change, and you've been scared, you've been on the edge, though somehow you're preparing the whole way, you've been doing little things here and there, this is the time. Definitely by the new year will be your time. So start building that momentum that Eight of Swords is talking about, or you are building that momentum. I don't know that we have choices in these matters, but it's saying start it now. Push a little further. So if you have been doing something, maybe you do something on the side that you don't get paid for, start getting paid for it. If you do something on the side and you get paid for it, but you don't take it very seriously, but you've been feeling, this is the thing I want to do with my life, Spirit is telling you, yep, you're not wrong. This is it. And you'll know. You'll know. Things will be lined up so that you're able to do that. And don't worry about, but I don't know what to do next. They're going to let you know. They're just letting you know right now, yes, you're not wrong. What you've been feeling is real. It's accurate. It is time. Okay? But don't feel this rush or need in this energy of being rushed that you have to do anything. It's just accepting and being aware that it's time and you're ready to commit yourself. The other group of people, and like I said, that's not for everybody. Spirit wanted me to distinctly talk to two different groups of people along with the collective. So there's that group, and those of you who have been having this push, you know exactly who you are. The other group are those who are currently in their career and in their job, and they are going to be offered, if they haven't already, a position within, or maybe multiple positions within. There might be a choice between two. So those of you who are being offered something different within your current job or career, these are not options outside of your job. And like I said before, this doesn't mean that those of you who are looking to change jobs, but in the same field, this is still collective reading. It's general, but this two specific groups that Spirit wants me to speak to are those who are going to go completely outside of their familiarity and their career, and they'll be taken care of because they're meant to go on this soul's purpose. But they will know, they'll know the pathway has been being paved for a while now. But this group is those who are changing within their own location. So if you work for one company, you're not changing companies. You're going to be offered, or you have been offered, and maybe you've been tossing it around in your head, a very lucrative opportunity within your business. What they want you to know is this new position, and remember, we have free will, so it's up to you if you choose to take it. Spirit, past on loved ones, universe, they cannot make you do any of these things. You have free will. Your decisions are yours. They're just like another parent or someone who cares about you, giving you advice and saying, hey, this opportunity is here and we've got your back on it. Or this is the perfect timing. This is the perfect lineup of energy and vibrations for you to make this change. So if you're going to make this change, if you're going to make that decision, and this is for anybody, and big decisions, moving from house, saying yes to an engagement, things like this is the time to make those decisions because the energy is in your favor and things will be moving in a higher vibration and in a positive direction for unfolding. There's always times throughout the year where it's not ideal, and Spirit likes to tell us when that is. Maybe this is time to chill out and not move forward just yet. Doesn't mean you can't move, just right now, wait, kind of like the general on the field going to battle, and he's saying halt to the archers and to the swords. This is what Spirit's giving me. I apologize if it sounds weird, but some of you may know exactly what this means to you. He's saying halt, and you see the soldiers wanting to charge ahead, like, oh, why aren't we moving? And he knows just when it's time. Go, charge. I just whacked myself again. This is the time. He knows that time. Well, you have to think of Spirit, of God, as that general who's now, go, go, go. That's what that means, okay? Doesn't mean don't go. And right now, you're in the go, go, go charge phase. Okay, this is it. He's not no fist up. This is charge. Let's go. Forge ho. All those references to moving forward on a battlefield. But you're not in a battle. So, the other one is our Eight of Cups. Now, here's the thing about Eight of Cups. When I learned tarot many, many years ago, I kind of saw this card not as a negative card, but as a card of I need to do some work because I'm putting a lot of energy into what I yearn for. Then a few years into me reading cards, I came across this book that talked about 6 different cards in the tarot deck. If you go in with the intention that they mean something different, it had the meanings of these cards. And for the Eight of Cups, it was what they call the amethyst rose. And what that meant was when you see this card, that you have Spirit has provided you with everything you need, and you can feel confident that the universe has your back, that whatever you want to do, whatever plan, you have everything there. Almost like another magician card, but more so that your support system has everything you need for you to move forward. It's not so much I have everything in myself. It's you have it, but we've also provided everything. You just have to ask for it and trust. And if you think of what the amethyst means, it's a stone of healing. It's a stone of good fortune. Okay, here's a little amethyst in a geode. Look up what amethyst means, okay? So what I've learned to do is those particular cards, those 6 cards that mean different things, I only use that meaning when I'm intuited to do so. So any other time, I would see the 8 of Cups as whatever I'm given intuitively and the general meaning. But today they are saying amethyst rose, amethyst rose, amethyst rose. So maybe get some amethyst and wear it to keep in the flow of that wonderful energy. But this is not your typical 8 of Cups today. This is the amethyst rose. You got this. Everything you need is there. Move forward. So for those of you who are looking to those career changes and or opportunities within your career changes, and those of you who have any other large change that might be flashing before your face saying, come on, come on, come on, let's move. Spirit's letting you know we got your back. Okay? So we have the 8 of Wands, 8 number 1. It's about time. The energy's going to start moving. We have the Ace of Swords. New changes are here. It is time to cut this shit, excuse my French, and move forward. And this is, we got your back. You don't have to fear. Okay? So, then we got 2 of Swords. I'm sorry, 2 of Wands. The planning's over. You've already done the planning. Stop planning. Move forward. This is done. You can look at it. You can reference it. But the planning phase, you're out of it. You're done. It's time to take action now. You're in your yang. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the only bad thing about these cards is I have to count the swords because I forget. So this is our third 8, and it's the 8 of Swords. So what do we think of when we think of the 8 of Swords? Again, we think, oh no, it's not. Actually, this is quite a good sword. Quite a good card. What this is telling you is, it kind of goes along with that 2 of Wands there. No more time to sit back and wait. Watch what's going on and be in a planning phase of not knowing, but getting all your ducks in a row. Your ducks are in a row. You've done it. You've done the work. You know what's next. This is saying you've had a lot of crap going on. You've had a lot of burdens going on. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. The only thing keeping you back now is you. The only thing keeping you back now is you. All right? It's illusion. Your restrictions, your obligations. You know, I don't have enough money. Oh, what about the kids? Oh, but my students, my clients, my patients, they're going to miss me. They need me. In your head, universe has provided. Anyone that's connected to you and this decision, you're not making a decision in vain. It's not a selfish decision. It's a moving forward and for the betterment of all involved. Okay, universe has your back. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. I can lecture you because I am the queen of being stuck in my head. So, physician, heal thyself, right? You are not restricted. This is a time of movement. It's a time of transition. Spirit's got your back. The planning is done. You've done what you're supposed to do. Stop worrying. That energy of worrying only gives us more of what we're worrying about, right? Because we're vibrating on the energy of what we don't want. When we put attention on something, what happens when a little kid's acting up, and you keep giving them attention? Stop it, stop it, stop it. They keep acting up. Why? Because you're giving them what they really want, which is attention. You ignore it and then immediately give them attention when they do the desired behavior, and you get the desired behavior. Well, Spirit's no different. Okay? So, vibrate on the energy of what you do want. I want this change. I want to be in that new business. I want to be in that new position. I want to be in that new house. I want to move forward and take another step into my love relationship and make a stronger commitment. I'm ready. Envision that. This is what I want. State the desired outcome, not the undesired outcome. Okay? That's important. And we have this little pagey of wands here. She's a fun one. And she's saying that I was getting two things. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not wrong. So this is the energy of the risk taker. Okay? But you're taking a calculated risk. You're taking an educated risk. Don't feel that it's whimsical, though she's whimsical. They do want you to be on that energy, though. They want you to feel the freedom and the, you know, losing control. They want you to surrender and just go and feel that energy. But the other side, this is what I was getting when I first saw it. I just had to see it in the context of the whole thing. That there is a message coming to you, a communication coming to you, and it's in a traditional way. So, like a letter, a handwritten document, a contract. This isn't communication coming through texting or a phone call. This is communication coming like, let's have a formal meeting to make this decision, or a signing on the dotted line contract. This is much more official and formal is coming your way. So, I mean, and any of the things we've spoken about just now, that could stand to reason. But just know something is coming very, very soon that is affirmation for you, that kind of solidifies what you're going to do. So you don't have to be afraid, okay? So right now it's, oh, I have to make this choice. I don't know if it's the right one. And this communication that's coming to you, document, it makes it a little bit more concrete for you. So it'll be a little bit easier. But in order for this to come, you have to take the first steps. And maybe many of you have already taken first steps. It's the next steps you're wondering what to do. So this is saying, this whole reading is saying, you have to make the decision here and here. Be clear about it and surrender. The planning is done. The next step is done. This will be your marker for when the next step is for you to make. So when you get this formal, more traditional type of communication, letter, document, meeting, that's Spirit's telling you, now it's time, now the next step. And you'll know what to do because it'll be involved in this. Okay? I hope that helps you out. That was awesome. So real quick, deciding on what area we're looking at. I'm going to go with love first because everybody likes to find out about their love life. So this is our Whispers of Love deck. Can you see that? And I don't know if you've listened to me before or not, but I got this in lieu of my Doreen Virtue Angels of Romance deck because that's no longer in print. I lent mine out and haven't gotten it back, which is fine because the person using it obviously needs it. And I was looking for something else, and there's lots of really cool love tarot decks out there. This one didn't just speak to romantic love. It's all kinds of love. It's family. This one just spoke to me a little bit better. Okay, so for anyone in this Halloween mystery, what is unfolding in the mysteries of love on this Halloween during this All Hallows season? I'm taking this puppy because it was falling out. Ooh, rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. So, This is a little different than what we've been getting, but we're kind of off topic too. So as far as love life goes, romantic life, whether you are in a relationship, moving forward in a relationship, looking to start a relationship, completely single, or long time married, however you look at it, it's saying right now, just chill. And I guess this does go with what we're saying, because they're saying know what you want to do in our dice reading here. Know what you're going to do, but just surrender. And this is kind of a just surrender card. So when it's time for rest and relaxation, it's not up to you to move until you're given the green light. So if you're wondering, I'm going to let you see that pretty card. Can you see that the light I know gets in there? If you're, let me see if I can get closer. These are just beautiful cards, so I want to share with everybody. Okay, so if you're wondering, your love life, I think they're kind of saying you know what decision to make. You've already made it in your head, in your heart. Maybe you just haven't said it out loud. So maybe it's time to just know that that's the step you want to take, and let spirit give you the next sign. They just need you to surrender and know that that's what you want to do. Maybe you've already made the commitment, said yes, asked someone to marry you, started dating somebody new. They just want you to enjoy it and live in it right now. Don't hold back. Go with the energy. So that influx of energy that's happening with that 8 of Swords and your 3 8s that are all like move, move, move. This is just saying ride that wave. Chill. Anybody ever take the lazy river? Can't really stop it. When you do, you get all the tubes knocking you out, right? Or sticks and stuff if you're in an actual river and you go tubing. You have to go with the flow. And sometimes the water's fast, and sometimes the water's slow. Sometimes you get stuck off on the side of the embankment, but you stay in your tube and you ride it. And Spirit's telling you, get in your tube and ride it. Get on your surfboard and ride the wave in your romantic relationships. Whatever that might mean to you, whatever your situation is, just go with the flow right now. If you're online looking for people, I think Spirit wants you to back off a little bit and let things happen to you as opposed to you making movements towards things happening. So there's that. Enjoy. Our next, now, not all of these is going to resonate, and that's fine, because not all of us have that in the forefront of our minds, right? But it might resonate with you in a different way. Okay, so remember, we are all our own psychics. We all have these gifts. I'm just a telephone right now. I'm just the interpreter, and I'm going to give you what I get. But the reason I like you to see the cards is because you're going to get messages that I know nothing about. When you look at them, the words that are in it, maybe sometimes the words that I say are going to give you information, and maybe I don't know why I say something. I might tell you a story, and those exact words just came out of someone else's mouth 2 hours before. Those are the things you need to pay attention to, because remember, we are all our own psychics. So maybe you don't resonate with this reading, and that's totally fine. Come back for another one. We're all on different energy wavelengths, and maybe today you're not on my energy wavelength, and that's totally fine. But maybe tomorrow or the next day you might be. Maybe today you don't resonate with it, but you come back in a week. This happens to me a lot. You come back in a week and you listen again, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's totally what she meant. Now I know. So take with it what you will. Sometimes we resonate with little bits. Sometimes we resonate with lots. Like I said at the beginning, Spirit was asking me to very specifically give a message to 2 different groups of people within this collective, and maybe that didn't mesh with you, and that's totally fine. It didn't mesh with me either. Well, it did a little bit. I will admit that. It did a little bit, but not completely. but the generalness of it, the swift things happening, big changes in life, Spirit's got your back, so stop being so obsessive and planning things all the time. That one I get. That one's totally me. Okay? So those are the things. You got to kind of pick and choose, because remember, I'm talking to a collective. Spirit wants to talk to many different people, and sometimes they like to give little specific things so that whoever's out there listening is like, oh my God, that was directly to me. And it was. And, you know, I think whoever's drawn to listen to any of the readers on YouTube or anywhere else, if you're drawn to a specific reading for a specific reason, the picture popped out at you, whatever, listen to the whole thing. That's what I do, because you never know. Maybe it's 3/4 through the reading, and that's when you're like, oh my gosh, this totally was for me. I thought it wasn't for me the whole time, but it absolutely was for me. At least this little part was. And that's just my advice, because what I do, you can do what you want. But I'm just telling you. So, also, with the idea of it being Halloween, I thought I'd pull out my little witchy, well-worn path tarot, which isn't your traditional tarot at all. So I like to use it more as oracle deck. It's just a little tiny thing. I don't even know that it's in print anymore. I got this so long ago, and I really don't use it that often. I have different decks. Wow. So Spirit wanted to tell you a lot from this deck. So I'm going to use this deck to go with, who do you want me to put this with? So this is our, well, you kind of already touched on career. Oh, okay. So, sorry about that. What they want me to focus on with this particular shout out of card will be where they need you to be mentally, which is different than I'm used to getting. Where Spirit needs you to be mentally in order for all this stuff to go nice and smooth. So this is your mental space. So I guess that's your heart space. This is going to be more of your they're saying this is more of your lower chakra space, where it should be grounded in thought, out of thought, depends. But where they want you to be there, this is your mental space, where they need your head to be. And I already know what they're going to say. It's going to have something to do with being present and focused. I got $10. Who wants to go? If it's going to send some kind of card out there. Okay, when it flipped down. Ooh, the Maiden. So, when I see the Maiden, I tend to think that this is kind of like the Empress card, but at the same time, I'm getting that Page or Princess of Wands. I'm going to look it up. I want to make sure. I don't want to give you wrong information. This is not me talking to you. It is the divine. I want to make sure I'm telling you what they want me to tell you. And they are saying this goes with that whimsical energy. Let me show you up close so you maybe can get your own idea. Maybe it looks like someone you know. Maybe it looks like you. But this is the Maiden. If you know anything about witchcraft or Wicca, the tri-moon, 3 moons, it's the waning full and the waxing moon, or vice versa. I have it here on my reading cloth. I also have it around my neck. I have it tattooed on me too. So you have the Maiden, the Maid, and the Crone is what that symbolizes. So if you ever want a nice symbol for femininity and being a woman and feminism, the tri-moon is a really good one. But I digress. That might mean something to you. Keep that in mind. So the Maiden, get a little bit more on this. Okay. they're telling me that I'm you know, reworking this when I know. New energy. So, this is a card of new life, youthful exuberance, vitality, new beginnings, fresh approaches and opportunities, and limitless potential. Alright, so maybe it was exactly what we've already been hearing, and I had to double check myself. That would go back to that, what was it? This one, yes, the Two of Wands card that they were telling us to, you know, not do anymore because we've done enough. That would be me doing that. So the Maiden is more of that energy. Where our mind space should be is in that Page of Wands energy. You've done the work, you've done the planning, you've done the things that you need to do. And excuse me one second. I guess I should have just left that there. You've done the things you need to do, and it's time to enjoy it and take those risks and just go with the flow, ride the wave, and wait for Spirit to step in and tell you what the next step is to do. But commit yourself to the decision. Commit yourself to making the decision, and then just let it go. You know, when you're skydiving, which I've never done because I don't like the feeling of falling, but when you're skydiving, you can stand there on the edge of the plane knowing that you packed your chute and your gear is all proper, your gauges are working, maybe you're going tandem, the guy's behind you, ready to go with you, everything is set, you've checked it, double checked it, the plane's fine, you're at the right altitude, you know exactly what to do, you've practiced 1,000 times, but you have to make the decision and the commitment to jump. Otherwise, you're just standing there and eventually it becomes too late and you can't jump anymore. So this is one of those situations. You have to commit to the jump and then jump. And they're saying it's time to jump. And then just enjoy the ride down. You know what to do. You know when to do it. Just enjoy. And when it's time to pull that chute, you're going to know because we're going to tell you. Not me personally. They're going to tell you. So that is what your mind space needs to be in that situation right now. And if you're like me, that's a hard one for you, Bam. Now, I want us to see what is our general advice for if this is a career change, if this is an opportunity for abundance to come in a different way, or abundance to come in general. Material abundance when I say that, because we always have abundance in so many ways come to us all the time. But what is the energy around our material abundance right now? Where should we be? What is that energy gonna like? Where do you want our energy? Spirit, where do you want our energy to be during this Halloween time, moving into the new year? Where should this energy be for our material abundance in this crazy time of influx and beautiful, beautiful new changes and new life? And okay, so it kind of gently popped out 2 cards. This, by the way, is the Ascended Masters deck by Doreen Virtue, also no longer in print, which is sad. Ooh, nice. So I'm going to hold this one aside. So the energy of our finance, our material well-being, our abundance is Lady Nada, mother, wife, sister, daughter. What does that equate to? That's the divine feminine, folks. That is our yin. That is she. That is our receptive energy. So what is the energy of our finances? What should we be in right now? I'm going to come closer again. Excuse me, I gotta walk around my whole table for this. But what is our energy? What is our energy for this? Receive. It's time to receive. It's time to commit to what we want to do. and then let that abundance come. So what should I do financially? Should I save? Should I do this? Do I have to open up another bank account? Do I have to get married right now to a tycoon? No. No. Let your receptive energy happen. You're doing the yang and you're in action. You've made the commitment. You've made the plan. You've done what needs to be done. These new beginnings are right here. No choice. We can't change it. It's here. It's time to make those decisions. But you've already made them. You already know what you want to do. So now, commit to the decision. Let go and let God. Isn't that what they say? Let go and let God. Beautiful things are being created. When you get pregnant, maybe somebody out there is getting pregnant or deciding on, should I conceive? And they're saying, yes, this is the time. So, but I digress. Maybe think about when a person is pregnant. They've made the decision to have a baby, if they're lucky. I did not have that luck, but I had to make the decision to stay with it. So you make the decision, you commit to, I'm pregnant, I'm carrying this child, or I'm going to get pregnant and carry this child. And once you've made that decision, then what? What can you do? What can you do? Is there anything you can do to stop this process? Is there anything you can do to make the process go faster? Yeah, but it probably isn't the healthiest thing for you or your child, so leave it alone. There's nothing you can do but take care of yourself and ride that wave. And it's a crazy wave if you've ever been on it, because ugh. And it's wonderful, it's horrible, it's all of it. But there's nothing you can do in that creative process. You have to let the divine take over. You have to let your body take over. You have to let that baby develop at its own rate and do what it wants to do. And that's where we're at. Make the decision. You've already made it. Commit to it. Surrender. And ride that wave. There's nothing you can do. The divine feminine is the creator, the creative one, bringing wonderful things. But you have to be in the receptive energy to create, right? You have to be, think about what's actually happening when that baby gets fertilized. You are receiving. You are not giving, right? Receive and fertilization happens. And then let's see what's next, right? And that's what the divine is telling us. We're going to let you know, and there's not going to be doubt in your mind. And this other bonus card, which is so nice that they gave us a bonus card, is Ganesh. So any of you who were asking a specific question, should I do this? If you were asking a yes or no question secretly in your head at the beginning of this reading, and I wasn't even making it a yes or no reading, but you got the yes card, which if you didn't ask a yes or no question, I'd say that this is affirmation, obviously, because the word yes means affirmation. And it's Ganesh who forges through and helps us in those situations where we feel blocked. He's an elephant, right? Or he's half elephant. His head's an elephant. But he pushes through. He gives us truth. He gives us strength. He gives us the knowledge that we're taken care of. He is yang energy. But this is saying, let us do the yang right now. Yes. Should you make the decision? Yep. Should you buy the house? Yep. Should you decide to be pregnant? Yep. So whatever things you've been thinking of right now and you've been planning about, this is your time. And your answer is more than likely yes. And I'm going to let you take that as you will, because I'm not in your situation and we're not doing a personal reading. By the way, if you want a personal reading, you may easily book with me in the drop box below. I have my email. Just shoot me an email or connect with enlightenmyworld.org. Remember, the L is a 1. And you can book a personal reading with me or any of the services that I have down. Okay? So there's that. And I got one more thing for us to do. And that's let's see what the universe wants to tell us on this Halloween time period, All Hallows Eve, about the mystery of our life. So they're kind of telling us the mystery's still there, and we're still not going to let you see all our cards. No pun intended. But you're going to like it. You're going to love it. It's a good surprise. And it's not really a surprise because you've made the decision. You know what you want to do, and they're just saying, well, the unfolding of the mystery is, yeah, you're right. You're on the right path. Do it now. Surrender. Let it go. Take the leap and ride the wave down. Ride the wind down if you're skydiving. But if this confuses anybody, what I'm saying here, I apologize. Just comment below and say, can you explain a little further what you meant about this? And I'm more than happy to do that. If you have something not nice to say, well, do what your mom always told you and keep it to yourself, please, because we don't need that negative energy coming to us. But if you have some legit questions or misunderstanding that you'd like me to clarify, I'm more than happy to do that for you. So just put that down in the comments. And if this resonates with you and you're like, oh my gosh, I needed to hear this, let me know that too, because I love that. That is so validating for me. And as spiritual enlighteners of the world and light workers, we need to support each other in our validation and things like that. So I need validation just as much as I like to give you validation. Because remember, you're the psychic as much as I'm the psychic. And so I don't always know what I'm being told is extremely validating to you and is helping you because I'm not talking to you. And if you were sitting in front of me, I'm not in your head, so I don't know. You gotta tell me. Okay, people think like, oh, I have to be quiet when I'm getting a psychic reading. I can't let them know what I'm thinking because then it might not be real, it may not be true. Well, guess what? Do you do that in a conversation? You wouldn't have many friends or many conversations if that's how a conversation went. You know, well, if they want to talk to me, they'll just talk to me. Well, that's boring. Back and forth. Energy goes back and forth, back and forth. In order for me to get its propulsion, its momentum, it swings like a pendulum, like a seesaw. You know, one person on a seesaw, they're not going very far. And having a conversation and having a psychic reading or any of those things are much like riding a seesaw. In order for my side to work, you have to give back. And that doesn't mean, you know, spill your beans and let me see what you had for breakfast, but, you know, give a little comment. I, again, digress because I went on a tangent there. So, I'm going to use the Universe Has Your Back deck. I believe that's also a book with really great affirmations. And I just want us, you know, let's go on with just some, what spirit, what the universe wants us to know, what they want to tell us in this time moving forward. What do you want to tell us? What's our period at the end of the sentence? Whoa! All right, they gave me too many, and I greatly appreciate that you have so much to tell us. But can I just have one card, please? Just one card would be great. Just one. I'm good with one. One overriding message to the collective. Sharing your love. Where is the love? Da, 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 da. Where is the love? Shout out to Roberta. Da, 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 da. Alright. Alright, do you not want me to use this deck? Do you want me to change my question? What's going on here? Yeah, just an underlying. What's the last thing you want to tell us? How can we close out this reading, please? Give us something. I can change the deck if you want me to. I just thought this was a good one to do. Have we not gotten to the specific card that you want me to? Oh, you know, I am so grateful for all these words of wisdom. I'm going to take what is on the bottom here. That's nice. That's a good cherry on top. That's a good period at the end of the sentence. So I am the dream of my. I am the dreamer of my dream, which means I make my future. I am the one manifesting my life, and Spirit is just there to help us and guide us. But there's nothing more we can do than to have that vision. We've had the vision. We've had the vision. We've had the plan. Things have been put in action. We've been thinking about it. And now it's time to surrender and let the dream happen. Worrying, that blocks that energy. And Dwelling, that blocks the energy. Not moving forward, that blocks the energy. So I'm the dreamer of my dream. No one else. I make it happen. So Spirit's saying, yeah, we're going to tell you when, and yeah, we're stepping in, and yeah, we got your back. However, you're the driver of this boat. It's just time to lay off the gas and ride the waves, right? If you're in a boat. If you're in a car, I guess, when you're going downhill, you don't really have to press on the gas. You're just like, woo! That's what we're doing right now, but we're still in the driver's seat. They're letting us know. And the second it's time to apply those brakes or turn the steering wheel or get in a different car, they're going to let us know. Or we'll know. Because it's going to come in some form of communication from someone else. Maybe it'll come from communication from above or from the other side. I don't know. It all depends on your own personal experience. And, ooh, on the bottom of the deck here, I just like this because it's a hummingbird. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. So this is nice. I know I keep coming up, but there's a glare when I don't come close to you. So I want you to see what I see. And I like that. I think this also encompasses what we've been talking about. It's time to just have faith and know that you made the right decisions. Take the leap of faith. It's time. Changes are happening whether we want them to or not. So we got to do what Spirit has already guided us to do, what our higher selves have already guided us to do. And we are coming into a really awesome time. We're evolving here, folks. We are watching humanity evolve right before our eyes. And we are a part of that. And we're helping that in the world that we're in and the jobs that we're in, the jobs we're about to be in. We are contributing to the evolution of man. We are part of the wavelength that the divine has created in evolving humanity that we knew was happening. And we're part of it. And we are evolving, folks. We're evolving together. So let's keep on enlightening the world together by enlightening each other first and enlightening ourselves first. So, though you're going to ride that wave, don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't forget to give yourself some self-love. Don't forget journaling. And don't forget your gratitude daily if you can. And I love you so much. And big hugs from Nicki. And happy Halloween. I'll see you later. Bye.